Yo, what's good everyone? It's Ryan C here from the Lux Trader, and this video hopefully is going to tell you guys a bit more about myself, my story, my journey, how I came to be the Lux Trader, how I started trading, how I made my profits, and hopefully it's going to bring you guys along with me and maybe be the first step to your profitability. So maybe you found me on Instagram, maybe you saw some of my screenshot wins, maybe you saw my wins on Telegram, maybe you found me on YouTube, on social media, or maybe you think the whole thing is fake, maybe you think it's a facade. This video is going to break all that down for you, hopefully make everything a lot clearer for you. So let's start off with, the honest version that most people will never hear. Most people that don't know me will never hear this. Today, in 2025, yes, I have made over $4.5 million trading solely for myself. But none of that money came from overnight wins or some secret hack or some market secret or anything like that, because that does not exist. Not in this field. Not in a lot of fields, but especially not in finance and not in the markets. This money, this screenshot you see right here, and this screenshot, these millions of dollars came from losing $80,000 and being in debt. It came from rebuilding everything from scratch. It came from grit, hard work, refusing to quit when the whole world told me to. And I'm going to tell you guys a lot more about that later on in the video. So stick with me, watch till the end. And if you do watch till the end, I'm going to give you something that I wish someone gave me when I was just starting out, because it would have saved me a lot of losses. It would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of stress. So let's get into it, guys. Before any of this happened, before I was the Lux Trader, before the millions, before mastering the market, I was just another young kid obsessed with trading, with money, with finance, and I never seemed able to make it work. I have been studying the markets. It says 2016 here, but genuinely, I think I started getting into the markets, into finance, around 2014, because my dad was a banker. My dad was actually a quant in a hedge fund here in the UAE, and he worked at several different banks. He worked at financial institutions, and so I always used to hear him talk about finance, stocks on the phone, different portfolios, and it got me interested because I just like money, I guess. And so I got into university. I got into a financial derivatives program. I finished it with a graduate upper honors degree, which means my GPA was at 3.9, which is amazing. And academically, I did everything right. Everything was going great, smooth. I was doing perfectly fine. But to my surprise, even after graduating with that upper honors degree and getting great grades, no firm would take me. I couldn't even get an internship, guys. A lot of my friends with worse grades were getting internships, were getting into top four in finance and accounting. There's top four firms, and my friends were getting into them with worse grades than me, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And so that was not only a shock, but it was kind of sad, because like all the efforts I had spent into studying nonstop and being a nerd ended up not getting me anywhere. And that's a photo from me vaping in class. Don't do that, by the way. This was just so stupid. So yeah, I was broke. As mentioned, I was watching my friends start their careers while I sat there feeling like the one person who failed the system, and in a way, I felt like the system failed me. I felt like I had put in all this effort. Why can't I get anywhere? Why can't I make money? Why can't I do something? Why is my family looking at me like a failure? Why do I feel like a failure anyway? That was a hard time. So I got into the one thing that I loved, I had a passion for, and that was trading. And it started to work. It felt like things were just clicking, and I was able to build a proper system that, I got the info from different courses, from YouTube, from mentors that I had paid, and obviously the information that I took from my financial derivatives degree in university. I took all of that information, that whirlwind of information. I built one system, one framework, and over the course of a couple of years, that made me $80,000. Now, I know that might not sound like so much money, but to me, that was not just so much money, but that was a proof that, okay, trading actually works. I can actually make a living out of this. And so I felt like I was on top of the world. I was trading crypto and forex and commodities and indices, and I was making money consistently. So obviously, I felt like a genius. It felt like, damn, this is the breakthrough I always. This is the breakthrough I always needed. I was making more money than my friends working in those top four, as mentioned, those top four companies. I was making more money than them because they're working on an intro salary, and I was making money from the markets by myself. So obviously, I felt like a G, you know. But like all good things, it came to an end, and it came to the worst end possible. I know I'm smiling right now, but I don't even know what to say. When I really think about it, it's it was a heartbreaking time for me. It was bad. So I woke up one day, and the platform that I trusted, it was called Celsius. All my money, all my profits, everything was in this platform called Celsius. And what Celsius was a crypto lending platform where basically you deposit your money in Celsius. I had around $82,000, whatever. I put that in Celsius, and it was in Bitcoin, and Ethereum, some other smaller coins, and USDT. And every week, Celsius would give me an ROI of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 if crypto prices were doing well. Like if crypto was pumping at the time, they'd give me 7K bucks a week. So like some months I would just make $12,000, $13,000, not even doing anything. I'll just be sitting down, printing money, and add my trading profits on the side. Man, I was ecstatic. I woke up one day, and as you guys can see from the screenshot, the Celsius collapse refers to the bankruptcy of the crypto lending platform Celsius Network in July 2022. I woke up, I could not withdraw my money, and a few days later, the app stopped working. The owner of Celsius actually went to prison for a long time, and that was it. My money was gone. They eventually, like, I think a few months ago, either last year or a few months ago, they sent us like our claims. I got like $2,000 back. It was heartbreaking, but worse than just losing all the money. Losing the money was a killer on its own, but even worse than that is all my friends, my family, and the worst one was my mom, because obviously, you know, your mom, she gives you so much, she takes care of you, she looks after you, she does everything for you, and then you want to obviously give her back in monetary things, whatever way you can. As a son, as a man, I want to give her back in whatever way I can, other than just love her and take care of her. I want to spoil her, take care of her financially. And then having her tell me, I told you so. I told you trading was risky, it was a scam. I told you all this crypto stuff was fake, you shouldn't have done this. And yeah, that was hard. I could have let that stop me. I could have been like, you know what, Mom, yeah, you're right. Let me just go keep applying to different jobs and I'll find something eventually. Or I could have done what I did, right? And what I did was I used that as fuel. I used that as, okay, you know what? Fuck the noise. Fuck what everyone is saying right now. I'm going to go so hard. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care what happens. I'm going to make this work. And that's exactly the mentality you need to have right now as well if you want to make this work. And that's exactly what I did. Because of that non-stop grind hard mentality, a hedge fund took me. Because, funny story, I would literally go to DIFC in Dubai. I would go to different financial institutions, banks, hedge funds. DIFC is the area, DIFC. And I would give them my CV. And my CV would just said, graduated from XX whatever university with a financial derivatives master's degree, managed personal portfolio, went from X amount to $80,000+ with all my trades. A lot of them would just laugh at me, would just look at me and be like, all right, thanks, get out of here, what are you talking about? Eventually, one fund took a chance on me. After extensive testing, I had to do a whole bunch of, I had to prove to them basically that I'm not a scammer. Like, I had to know what's up. I have to, the Black-Scholes models, the deltas, the gammas, the Greeks of options. They gave me a simulation account I had to grow, all that sort of thing. I did all that, and they took me. And suddenly, I went from, damn, I'm broke, I'm in debt, I'm screwed, to I'm managing $300 million for my clients. That was like, whoa, okay, we're back. You know that meme of we are so back? We are so back. In that moment, we were so fucking back. I went from broke to I'm going in a suit every single day. I'm talking to multi-billionaires. I'm managing hundreds of $1 million for portfolios. I'm calling up Standard Chartered, HSBC, placing orders for what's it called, for bonds. I'm doing crazy things. I'm on the Bloomberg terminal. I'm learning the shortcuts. I'm going crazy. I felt so good because as a young financial lover, as a young man who's into finance, I'm sure if you're into finance, you might feel the same way. If you get into a hedge fund, you feel like the Wolf of Wall Street. That's what I felt like, and it really does feel like that in a way. And the money was great, the experience was great, the education I was getting was great, everything was fantastic, except I had this burning feeling inside me that, okay, I'm doing all of this, but it's not for me. Like, the only thing I'm getting out of this is education and some money, but there was no fulfillment. And a lot of people in finance, in hedge funds, even 50-year-old people, managers who make $200,000 a month between bonuses, commissions, and the base salary, even they feel it. Like, you work nonstop, but it's someone else's money, it's someone else's capital. It just doesn't satisfy your own need. Because why do for someone else what I can do for myself? Why would I be trading this guy's portfolio when I can trade my portfolio? If I know how to trade my own and make money. If I took my client's account from $300M to $385 million in a year, which is exactly what I did, from 300 to 385, why couldn't I just do it for myself? And so, listening to these managers tell me, yeah, but I wish I left earlier and started for myself. I didn't want to be 50 years old and regret my life later. I didn't want to grow old and say, oh, what if? I'm still in my early 20s. Fuck it, let me take a chance on myself. And that's exactly what I did, guys. I walked away. Stupid at the time, very stupid. No safety net, no fallback plan, no millions of dollars stashed away. Just a belief in myself. A belief almost to a point where I'm literally delusional. And if you want to be a good trader, you have to be pretty fucking delusional to yourself. To think that you can just click buttons on a screen and make money, you have to be pretty crazy in a way. And so I left. I had that belief that, if I could do it for them, I can do it for myself. And oh boy, did I do it for myself. Everything shifted the moment I walked away from that place. I no longer felt that, not guilt, I don't even know how to describe that feeling. It's like that discomfort of, oh, I'm not doing this for myself. I no longer felt that. I took all the process that they gave me, the discipline, the first principles approach, the principle first approach, and I used even the education that I had learned from my university days, and I used all that to scale my old portfolio. And over time, I took the couple of $1,000s that I had saved, and I turned that couple of $1,000s into over $4.5 million in trading profits. Let me show you guys. Because the results, they speak for themselves, so I don't really have to tell you guys too much. You guys can see. This was taken a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And if you're in my Telegram channel, you know that we just took 75K to 250K. Let me actually show you guys that 75K to 250K challenge. But other than that, these are some of the results that I have over the past couple of years. So this is the 4.5 mil. This was a couple of months ago. This is also a couple of years ago. This is some more profits, some XAU sales. This is me sitting in the back of a Cadillac. And the best part, my favorite thing, what do all these blues get you? This is one of my Brabuses. This is my McLaren 720S Spider. This is the interior of my Brabus. I actually just bought another Brabus G800. It's on the Stage 2 tune that spits flames. It's on my Instagram. And I also got my sister a car recently. So I was telling you guys about that 75K to 250K challenge that I just did. Well, we deposited $75,000 and I wanted to turn that to 250 as fast as I could. Live, every single trade was taken live on the Telegram channel. And these are some of the results. Everything is right here. Obviously we had some losses too, some pretty fat ones of 11.9, 3.7, 3.6, whatever. And then we made all that back as time went on and eventually ended up with $273,000. So that was a fun time. But all of this comes from one thing, right? This comes from one system. That's it. There's not a million different strategies I use. There's not 20 million different indicators. There's no constant stressing. There's no worrying. There's no there's no noise. In order to achieve the results that I've achieved, in order to get to where I've gotten, I've been delusional. I've been so focused. I've been so disciplined. I've been sticking to my principles and to my trading rules and to my risk rules and to my psychology rules non-stop for almost a decade now, right? Because if anyone tells you there's a shortcut to making it in finance, they are completely bullshitting you. I promise you. There's no such thing as a shortcut, especially not in finance, nor in life. So you shouldn't even want a shortcut. If you want to get to where I'm at, if you want to buy things like this, if you want to buy this Brabus, if you want to make these kinds of profits, fuck the shortcut. Take the hard way and you're going to make it. So on to where I said I was going to give you guys something, right? Everything I just shared here is pretty general. There's a lot more that goes into building a profitable trader. There's deeper psychology, there's actual system architecture, there's execution rules, there's accountability, and obviously there's the structure that can keep you consistent, because there are people who make some money sometimes for a week or a month, but then they can't stay consistent for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. How many times have you heard of someone say, yeah, I made X amount in trading, I blew it all, and then trading's a scam? And that's exactly the structure I'm talking about. And that's also exactly why I created a complete program for beginners and even profitable traders who want to take a shortcut and cut out all the years that I wasted. So inside this program, I give you everything I wish someone gave me. Everything. My $4.5 million trading strategy is the exact strategy that I built from my hedge fund and my personal framework and my master's degree in financial derivatives. It has a complete 160-page ebook that breaks down the system step by step. I mean, really, step by step. Weekly coaching calls from an actual trading team that consists of myself and one more trader who also works at that financial institution, and group mentorship, so you're never trading alone. You can always contact me, my team member, or other students who are in the same position as you. And the fun part that I like the most, here's something that you never get anywhere else. You get access to a real trading account, a live trading account with $5,000 minimum, no challenge needed. And my personal favorite part is you guys get access to a real live trading account that has a minimum of $5,000. Some of my students get up to $20,000 in funding. No challenge, no evaluation, no profit splits. Anything you make on that account is 100% all for you. And on top of all that, you also get a full video course where I break down everything for you, on a video, whether I'm live trading, breaking down principles, breaking down strategies, breaking down concepts, taking you through broker tutorials, and everything like that. And guys, that account alone, whether it be 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K, whatever it is, that does cost us a lot of money to set up. But I do that, and I like to do that because a lot of traders fear, oh, what if I just blow my money, or I don't have enough money to get into trading, or whatever it is. Well, no need to fear that. I'm gonna take away that biggest fear aspect, the biggest worry that most beginner traders have. I just take that first step for you and give you that 5, 10, 15, 20K for you to trade with, right? So this combination of education, mentorship, accountability, and real life capital, real money, not demo, whatever, real money, all that makes this mentorship, this program, this masterclass different than others. And that's exactly why my students see proper results. Like, we're making money here. Not only me, my students. When I did that 75K to 250K challenge, I had one guy in my free, 100% free Telegram channel make upwards of $2,300. His salary is $600 a month. And so you guys can see, like, this path works, but only if you're serious about becoming profitable, though. And so you might ask yourself, okay, what if I'm a beginner? Well, I've got full courses that are free, that introduce you, teach you lessons, and they help you get started. And so look, if you guys want to know, how do you join, how do you find out more, whatever it is, there will be a Google form in the description. Just fill it out and I'll get in touch. Or just DM me the word mentor on Instagram and we'll get in touch. We'll have a chat. There's no pressure. You don't have to prepare anything, whatever it is. We'll just get in touch. We'll talk. We'll see if we're a right fit for each other. You can learn more about the program, about me. Any questions are always welcome. I love connecting with you guys anyway. And let's go from there. I hope this video, guys, gave you a lot of more insight onto who I am, how the Lux Trader came to be, how these profits came to be, and hopefully, we'll be in touch soon. We'll get in contact, and I'll see you guys soon. It's been Ryan C here from the Lux Trader. See you.